Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
Animal Upon Animal is one of my favorite children slash family slash dexterity games. Really like it. And they've milked it with a lot of different versions and added animals. You have like the 2-year-old version, you have the card version, all these different versions of Animal Upon Animal for what really is a simple construct, and great for Habbo for doing so. I think it may have jumped the shark with the card game. I think taking the chunky wooden bits that you have of different animals is really neat. They have different shapes and they're designed to kind of fall down. With the cards, I'm not sure it's quite as interesting to me. I don't know why you would ever play this over the other game, and that's why I'm going to purge this one, because it doesn't really add anything to it. There are 2 games that come with it. One is simpler for younger children, and one that gets more complicated, but it wasn't really as much fun for me to take off cards off the alligator and not try to move the other ones. I thought it was much more interesting to try to add on the chunky bits. I think that's where this one's going to flop. Now, would it have been a fun game without the other one? I don't know. I think it would have done okay. But I think the look and the presentation and what comes fun in the box of the original Animal Upon Animal just blows this one out of the water. And if you had a choice to bring the 2 out, I don't know why you would ever look at this one. The other one just is such a far superior game, and it does exist. So why you'd go back to this one? The flatness of the cards, it just isn't that interesting to me. The kids liked it okay, but they pretty much like everything that we play. So, but I think that the longevity and the dexterity factor in the other version, I'm going to purge this one, keep that one. I don't even think you need to look at this one unless, I mean, I don't think so. So pass on this one completely. Here is Animal Upon Animal. Now this is a series that they've kind of driven to the ground. This time we're going to utilize cards. You're going to get a rule book in a few different languages here. The rules are pretty simple. You're going to get 2 different games in this one. You're going to get a nice chunky wooden alligator. And you're going to get a number of cards in different colors. So you're going to have sets. My only real big complaint about this is that the orange and the yellow are extremely close. So I don't know why they did that. Otherwise, you're going to have a picture of animals on these. You can have baby animals and mama animals. Each of the animals have a different color around it to signify for easily. You'll see in the gameplay why that's important. But these are pretty nice cards. They hold up pretty well. They're probably on the cheaper side, but they're not going to rip or anything, and they shuffle pretty well. So I'm happy with these. The 2 rule sets are pretty simple. I think that Habbo always does a good job on the rule sets, and these are children's games, so they're easier to comprehend for people, and it doesn't take as much complexity, of course. I think the rule set does fine. The rule book is really good, and you'll pick up the rules in 1 minute, probably. In game number 1, you stand the alligator up. Everybody gets their set of colors. And what you're going to do is you're going to take 3 cards in your hand, and you're going to play one of these. If it's a child card, you play it just like that. If it's a mom card, then you give this to somebody else, and they have to place on it. Now, if the cards ever fall, you pick up all of the cards, whether your colors or not. They go back on the bottom of your deck. If it's more than 3, then you pick up 3, and the other ones go out of the game for the rest of the game. First player to run out of cards wins the game. Now, game number 2 is a little bit more complicated, a little bit harder to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to place animals like this on top. Okay, if they fall, then you pick up all the cards. Let's say there's a monkey out, and if you see that you're putting cards on top of things, you can kind of see the colors are important. So if I then drew an adult monkey, what I would do is I would have to try to shimmy this monkey out without toppling anything over. If I did, I scored it. I'm on my way to winning. You get 4. You have 4 adults in your deck. So if you get all 4 out, you win the game. If they topple over, then you pick up all the cards and you don't score. So you have to try again and keep going through your deck, which can be very time consuming. Very time consuming. I would probably say pass on this one. Maybe try it if you're just really into dexterity games or you're really hard up for another game. But there's so many animal upon animal games that this isn't the one that I would go to. If you're thinking about buying it and it's really cheap, more power to you. But I'm going to warn you that you probably want to try this one out. And don't think the animal upon animal name is going to stretch out to the card version. The flatness of the cards just isn't as interesting. I mean, the cards are still going to fall because you're trying to get, especially in the upper echelon game where you're trying to take the cards off the deck, not just put them on there. That's definitely the better game. But I think that you're going to have a lot more fun with the original version, even though it costs more. That's where I'd put my money and invest it. So this is going to be an absolute purge for me.